Project Zomboid, one of the only few survival games that actually is worth playing. Today we are going to try to dive in and see what it takes to survive your first day in Project Zomboid. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do, start a game. You can pick between these 4 different play styles, or you can pick these challenges. Challenges are pretty fun, but probably not what you want to do right off the bat. You can either pick with the builder. You can basically have a much easier time as they put a more relaxed experience. Or you can do the survivor, it's kind of just a little bit more challenging than builder. And then apocalypse is, you. That's what it is. Or you can take custom sandbox and kind of develop your own playstyle. For instance, I have my own preset for the Walking Dead scenario. Instead, today we're going to pick survivor because I assume that's what most of you are going to pick. Or apocalypse. A lot of the hardcore veterans like to pick apocalypse. We're not going to be using any mods today, so we're not going to bother with this. I'm going to click next, and this is where you're going to pick your spawn. All of these are pretty decent. I tend to like to pick Moldra or Rosewood, but you do you. Riverside and West Point are pretty good. I'm going to go with Moldra, though, because, I prefer Moldra. Now you will see a screen that has a list of occupations on the left. You must pick what you want to be. What is the background or the lore of your character, so to speak. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that where is he? Carpenter is pretty useful. Why? Because a lot of the things you're going to be doing in the game is going to be building. You got to do a lot of things with carpentry. Why is carpenter pretty useful? I'll tell you. Because he starts with a 3 carpenter skill, which allows you to do some pretty nice things at the beginning. One of the big things in this game is carpentry. Now you gotta look, you have 2 points to spend. Oh boy. What will we spend the 2 points on? You can get some bad traits to try to give you up some space, or you can just, say screw it, I'm gonna go with cat eyes. And that be it. We're not gonna do that though. We are going to take some negative traits. Now, usually I like to take unfit. A lot of people may hate me for that. And underweight. And then sometimes I take clumsy as well. But we have 18 points to spend. I think we'll be okay. I like to get handy to give me an extra boost to carpentry. And I also like to take stout for the extra strength increase. Fast reader, because books are entirely important in this game. And we'll take dexterous for transferring inventory items faster, because there's nothing that'll get you killed faster than, trying to fumble around in your inventory and you get bit. Because you get bit in this game, you die. Next, you pick your survivor. Male, female. We are going to go male. And we are Kim Barnett. You can change his or her name if you want to. And their facial hair, but I kind of like the Wolverine Wolverine beard that's going on there. Now, upon loading in, you're going to start in a house. You always start in a house, usually. I realize that makes no sense. Your first goal is going to be trying to find some food, water, the basic essentials. I am going to turn this radio off. Let's see. So yeah, here's some food. Be nice if we had a way to carry it. Okay, so we got some food, some stockings apparently. Any backpacks? Okay, this house is rather small. Don't really have a weapon. We do got some food. I am going to take this mug and I'm going to fill it up with water. And we'll keep that. We'll just keep that on me. So water does eventually run out in this game, and that becomes a huge problem. Obviously, because you need water to survive. So The sinks will eventually turn off. They are not infinite water. You can also, interestingly enough, get water from toilets, showers, bathtubs, that kind of thing. Because, you know, who doesn't like drinking toilet water? Now, let's see what books we got. So we got tailoring and trapping, but they're both for intermediate, so we can't really read those yet. If you look over, if you click on the heart icon, you can get these skills, you know, your information panel, essentially. Your info, how long you've survived, zombies killed, etc. Your strength, my fitness, which is god-awful. I have no skills in anything but short blade maintenance and carpentry. You'll see your health, protection. I am extremely exposed on my upper torso. And your body temperature. After you've searched your house, you might want to go take a look-see-poo outside and go check out the neighbor's place. Try to remember where your house is, because honestly, your starter house is probably one of the most important resources in the game. It's free shelter. Need to be on the listen. Yeah, there's a zombie in here. I'd like to take him out without alerting the entire neighborhood. Well, looks like that may not happen. Alright, you can see I kind of screwed up there. So, open up the window. Let him come out the window. And you right... You try to get them on the ground so you can stomp on their head. Oh god. Alright, this house might be a little bit more than we can... I'm gonna take this watch. House might be a little bit more than we can handle right now. They've got a lot of zombies in there. Ideally, you don't want to be fighting that many zombies to start with. So we're going to... God, this neighborhood's full of them. Really need some sort of handheld weapon. We're gonna fight a bunch of them. But for now, shoving one at a time on the ground is an effective way to do it. Okay, so it looks like there's some sort of, like, market. Probably a gas station or... No, that's a farmer's market. So there's some sort of food supply over there. Looks like we got another friend coming. Come on. Now, if you want to figure out where you are, you can press M. Opens up a map. Kind of gives you an idea of where you are. There's also a ton of online resources to kind of show you where you're at. The important thing to realize is do what you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable exploring around on your first day? If not, see, that's way too many. I'm bleeding. I did not see that. That is a problem. Okay. New plan. So yeah, sometimes when you vault over things, you start bleeding. Oh god. So we're gonna rip these socks up. And we're gonna apply a bandage. So you can either right click on it and do that, Or you can come in here, right click, and it'll say bandage. So it looks like I hurt my leg. Glad I saw that, or that would have been a really bad problem. Right off the bat, I'm going to be a much stronger individual. Remember, this game is all about one at a time when it comes to the zombies. Now, I saw this person had a digital watch. I'm actually going to take that one instead. We'll just put that watch up right now. The reason you want a digital watch is it gives you the date. And that will let you know how long you've survived for. Okay, so that place is a no-go. Let's see if we emptied out the neighbor's house yet. Okay. Now going back to that scratch I got. Scratches aren't usually the end of the world. What is you have a higher chance of becoming infected with a laceration. Scratches are pretty small chance of infection. Laceration is a higher chance, and being bitten is a 100% chance. Alright, so we got some more food in the house. A frying pan. Not much, but it'll work as a weapon. So now we have our first gun. Now, you don't really want to use guns a lot, because as you can imagine, if you've seen any zombie film, gun make big boom, which attract zombie. The way you reload the gun is you can either just press R, or you can hold R, and it brings up a wheel for you to load, unload, and unload. And you hold right click the same way you do all the other things. And then you blast. So they got some books for beginners, so we might take those. We got cooking and first aid. Those would be kind of useful. Sometimes you get specialized magazines that tell you recipes on how to make stuff. And yeah, that house is pretty much empty now. So now we move on to the next place. Really starting to run out of space. Don't want your weight getting higher than the cap, obviously. It wears you down a lot more. The guy's getting a little hungry. We took some chocolate chips from that house. I don't really want to try to start looting all the food in these houses until we have like a centralized storage location. And hope to God there's not a house alarm. Okay, there's a few more zombies around than I would like. Oh, yeah, a lot more than I would like. Just one at a time. The important thing is just to not get surrounded. Surrounded is how you die. Divide and conquer. If you can, get around your enemy. Really terrified of going into one of these houses and one of them just leeching out at me. Uh-oh, alright. So that was the sound of the rolling pin breaking. Now, let's check this car. Car is unlocked. That's a good sign. Pin, razor, boring. Let's check the trunk. Orange soda bottle. Now what you can also do is zombies around the car can sometimes spawn the actual like key to it. And it's not a guarantee, but it doesn't hurt to look if you're working on trying to get a car, which they are pretty useful. You can cover a lot of distance that way. When I get some weapons of some sort, I like to just then go back to the house and try to not necessarily fortify it, but zombie-proof it. By zombie-proof, I mean making it to where zombies don't get in. We have some visitors. Now, I feel comfortable taking these guys. A new person, on the other hand, though, you may not feel comfortable doing this. So, if I was a brand new player at this point, I would turn around and leave. I would go back to one of those other houses, and that would be my new house. I am stupid, though, and like my house. And what we're looking for extra bed sheets. I'm pretty sure. Oh, no. Looking for blinds. Yep. Turn off that light. So, ideally, you just want to close the curtains. That makes it to where you can't see out and they can't see in. They might still try to visit you. Visit, quote unquote. They might try to visit you still in the night. Generally, like with them being that close. I don't usually like them being that close, but I don't have the weapons necessary. I don't have the weapons or net tools necessary to deal with this threat right now. So the remaining task that I would probably give to somebody starting out is find the important tools. The hammer, the screwdriver. We got the screwdriver. Find a hammer, nails, an axe. Hey, that includes a hand axe. Just find those kind of important tools. That will help you go a long way. And a hacksaw. I don't know how I forgot about the hacksaw. Definitely want a hacksaw. And yeah, so we are just going to try to chill the rest of the night. Like I said, that guy has a backpack. And that would be ideal. But he is surrounded by zombies. And we are not really trying to make that move right now. You can also, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and you can pick up a chair. It would be better if we had a television, but I guess, you know, I decided to not have a television in my house. You know, I guess my guy, he's classy like that. No television, just radio. It is the 90s, I believe, is when this game takes place. But, you know, we just don't have a television. So I'm going to pick up this chair. And we're going to put it here in front of the door. Boom. Just like that. That chair probably won't do anything. But, you know, it makes me feel more comfortable. And we're going to put our books. Our books are magazines that we found in here. And we're going to put... For now, we're going to store all the food in the fridge. Also, when you're looting fridges, don't forget to click over here and check the freezer, because you'll see these. Those are going to be pretty good. And what I usually recommend you do is start reading some of these magazines and books. Ideally, if we would have lucked out and found our essential tools, the hacksaw or handsaw, hammer, nails, that kind of thing, we could start disassembling furniture in the other houses to up our carpentry skill and get resources. But we weren't that lucky. So we're gonna read these magazines instead to get these recipes. What we really don't want is for them to get alerted to the house, so we're going to try to be as quiet as possible. Probably boring, I know. You don't really get much of an option when there's zombies all around you, and there's not really a thing you can do about it. More than likely, the zombies will probably move off. If they don't, though, I'm going to run into this room and go out the window, or I'm going to just beeline it into here, which is the bathroom, and out the window. This might be a more likely option if they're attacking me on this side. It's 8 o'clock, or 8:30 to be more specific. I usually kind of wait a little bit longer, but wait till, the tired moodlet shows up. Instead, though, we're going to go ahead and go. We're going to sleep and hope we don't get broken into. Like I said, ideally, you want to find your tools, especially, the hacksaw, the hammer, and the nails. I cannot express how important those tools are. You need those to survive in this game, because they open the door to craft many, many things, including walls to protect your bases, barricades, and all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a like and subscribe, the usual stuff. If you want to see more guides, maybe I'll turn this into a surviving your first week playthrough, if that's something you guys would like to see. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.